don't, even though they have a failure to appear, if you don't come with that $8,500, you're going to sit in jail. That's the same thing as a debtor prison.
But this is what they don't tell you, that once you spend that time in jail, your debt is not paid. So anything else, if you have parking tickets, I mean, hell, if you, get caught with fraud, if you steal money, embezzlement, once you spend time in jail based on a sentence, it's time served.
Right.
There is no time served for child support, which is extremely unconstitutional. And once I started to uncover this and I started to understand this after I looked at some of your research and some of the work that you were doing as an activist, I began to understand. I didn't understand it. And I even had my lawyers telling me to pay child support. When I found out is my lawyers don't have any loyalty to me because I'm not from the state of Michigan. They're officers of the court. They're officers of the court of wherever they are, and their jurisdiction and their loyalty is to that court, not to me. It's not about how much money I pay. It's not about what it is. They don't want to go in front of that judge, whoever it is, if it's Cheryl Matthews, which is the judge that, that was responsible for ruining my son's life, because they ruined my son. And in addition, they came really close to ruining me as well. And I'm not really worried so much about me. I'm talking about these young Black men who are out here robbing people, these young Black men who are out here selling drugs, these young Black men who don't know who they are. Another facet of taking our history from us. When you go to the doctor, what's the first thing they ask you? They ask you for your medical history. Right. When you stand in court before these judges, which they tried to do to me, they tried to bring up incidents that happened 20 years before my son was even born. Incidents where I was defending myself, my person, because people were attacking me and tried to call me a violent Black man. But yet they don't want us to know our history, who we are, where we come from. So it's all wrong. And so Cheryl Matthews, I don't know where she is now. She's left the circuit. She's moved on because these judges just move around. She ruined a young Black man, and she almost ruined me as a man. And, honestly, NK, you and I have talked, we had some very personal conversations. If I was lesser of a person, I probably would have committed suicide. I probably would have gave up. I probably would have just lived in a tent, and just hope people forget who I was and my contribution and what I've done. And I really believe that that's what these people want to see. They want to get in here to the point where you can no longer operate or function. I depend on my skill set as an actor to remember things and to be able to be creative. And people wonder why they haven't seen more of me. I can't remember anything when I'm separated.
Right. Separated, and they don't understand the mental anguish that happens when a father is separated from their child, extorted for money, and then blamed because you're not there.
And then I look at it now, my other children, I have a great relationship with my youngest child and her mother. She's amazing. My youngest daughter, they're amazing. I have other children whose mothers have followed the same suit. I remember my son's mother treating my daughter Zoe's mother with just the most disgusting and ill will, just nasty. And now I look at it, and my daughter's mother, Zoe's mother, she's become good friends with her all of a sudden. And, she's even taken my daughter to go see my son before I could even see my son.
Oh, wow. That sounds
and then
ridiculous.
You claim that it's ugly. It's really nasty. But the courts allow this. The courts allow this. There's a company called Impact, and that's who monitors your children's visits, because you have to have a monitored visit. I've done nothing. When my child told me that this felon hit him so hard that he fell to the ground, when my son told me that this man was putting his hands on my son, The first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to go there and I wanted to talk to this man to man. I wanted to say, man, do me a favor. Hit me like you hit my son. That's what I really want to do.
Right.
But see, because I am who I am, it's kind of like being in prison.
Mm.
If somebody spit on me, I can't spit back on this person because it'll be taken and blown up. There was recently a clip of Denzel Washington talking to a gentleman on the basketball court. They were on the floor, and he was talking to this gentleman on the court. And Jay-Z went and pulled Denzel back and said, "Come on, man, come on back." And Denzel was letting this cat know, "Hey, man, I'm not the one." Now,